Hello guys, and welcome back to more Trace Memory. As you can see, I am exactly where we left off before. Hey, wait a minute. What's the matter? I left my DTS back there. Just leave it there. Don't worry about it. But anyone could just pick it up and activate Trace. No, your DTS has been programmed for your use only. Oh right, just because there's something about that on the boat. Hey Dad, was that Bill guy a friend of yours? Yes, he was. Bill, your mother, and I all worked at the same research lab. The classified nature of our work built an intense trust between us. We were so close that we could talk about anything, but reflecting on it now, maybe I was the only one who felt that way. And that is why we can't save. What a douchebag move, game. By the way, I do not remember this part. Dad, I'm worried about Jessica. How was she when you left her? She said she still felt dizzy. I hope she's alright. I don't want Jessica to see Bill. I'll get her once I talk to him. Why? How does Bill know Jessica? Those two, they have history. What kind of history? Well, let's just say they were friends. Very close friends. I think I know what you mean. Ashley? Yeah, I understand. Do you believe in ghosts? Well, I believe that some parts of humans live on after they die. Whether it's legacy or a spirit, I don't know. Why do you ask? I, kind of met one. That's amazing. Tell me more. Hee. Stylist. Okay. The door is colored and rusty. There's a huge wooden box. Probably that's the same thing. Okay, so looking was pointless. Cave. Does this mansion ever end? I can't believe there's a cave here. The Edwards had a mining company. They mined everywhere. This cave is one of the old mines. There used to be a path from the courtyard to this cave. A path between the courtyard and the cave. Hey, Dad, do you know where the lab is now? Did it used to be the courtyard? Yes. You know, Ashley, I was thinking. Yeah? About what? Your voice. What about it? It sounds a lot like your mother's. Really? I can't remember what she sounded like, but it makes me happy to think I still carry around part of her. Yes. I feel like there's so much I want to ask you. When I was a little kid, what was I like? Well, to be honest, you were a crybaby. Crybaby? I don't believe that. You followed your mother wherever she went, like a little shadow. As soon as you lost sight of her, you would start crying. I was a baby and I cried. That doesn't mean I was a crybaby. Oh yeah, haha. What is it? I just remembered something hilarious that happened. Well, don't just stand there laughing. Tell me what happened. If I recall correctly, you were about 2 years old. Your mother was out and you and I were alone at home. As soon as she left, you turned into the world's saddest baby. I tried everything, but you wouldn't stop crying. Then I discovered that if I tossed you in the air, you would stop. You looked at me in the eyes and laughed and laughed. I didn't want you to start crying, so I just kept tossing you up. By the time your mom came home, I was the one in tears. Near tears. My arms felt like they were about to fall off from all the tossing, and I was wearing the lunch you lost on my shirt. Serves you right for calling me a crybaby. I just have to laugh every time I think of that day. You were the cutest baby in the world. What about my past, Ashley? Why don't you just reply to D, stupid bitch? Actually, I don't think Ashley's a bad character. Hey, what's this? Oh! What's this shoe doing here? It looks like D's shoe. D? Who's that? A friend of mine. What do you mean? A friend? I found D's other shoe. Wait a sec, Dad. What is it? What do you know about the Edward family? I mean, before Bill's time. A lot of what I know is just from looking at what they left behind. Go on. It's hard to sum that family up succinctly? I don't know if I said that right. But from what they left behind, I'm most struck by Henry, who painted the portraits. Why? Actually, I've seen his work even before I came to this island. Where? A small gallery in Manhattan. One painting really stood out. What was it like? It was a beautiful watercolor of a young girl and a boy. I fell in love with that painting. I didn't have any money to buy it, so I used to walk by the gallery every day just to look at it. The gallery's owner told me the artist's story. Tell me. I'm sorry, I'm messing up some of the words. The artist lost his right arm in the Second World War. That was his dominant arm, so he gave up painting for a while. But because his gift and his family encouragement, he was able to make that talent he had in his right hand and move it to his left hand. Amazingly, he painted with the same artistry. This piece was one he created after his comeback. But just as he was putting his life back together, and right after creating a few new pieces, he suddenly committed suicide. That's the story I heard. Oh. So when I came here and learned that Henry was the same artist, I was so surprised. But even after reading what he wrote before his death, I still don't know what happened to Thomas and Daniel. I guess that will always remain a mystery. No, it can't. So this cave just exists to give us more story? Bill is deep inside the cave. Hello, Bill. You finally made it, Richard. Why would you do such a thing? I was doing a test run on Trace. It was a success. Congratulations, Richard. You. Why did you pretend to be my father? You're a sick person. Calm down, Ashley. I got to witness a girl's reunion with her father after 11 years separation. At first I was acting, but after looking into your earnest eyes, I could feel my heart warm. Bill, you have your mother's eyes. When I saw those eyes, I wanted to be your father, and even if it was just for a short while. This is really messed up. You're a horrible person, Bill. Misguided, perhaps. Maybe lonely, but surely not horrible. Yes, you are. You lied to me. You did horrible things to people closest to you. Closest to me? You heard me. Dad and Jessica are your friends. How could you treat your friends that way? You're wrong, Ashley. What do you mean I'm wrong? Richard and Jessica are no longer my friends. But they were. Ashley, adult relationships are very complicated. Sometimes the closer you are to someone, the more it hurts. When things go wrong. So, is that why you hurt Jessica and rewrote Dad's memory? Bill. Why did you do that to Jessica? I really didn't plan it that way. I didn't think I would see her here. Jessica knew about you, so you... Yes, I'm not proud of it. Richard, it seems that you hadn't told Jessica about me. That's what we agreed on, isn't it? Yes, I suppose. Ashley, listen to me. I wasn't planning on hurting her. That's not why I did it. I wanted you to believe I was your father. Jessica was in the way. But why would you pretend to be my father? It's so creepy. Here's the simple answer. You needed to be there for the second trace protocol. Why did you rewrite Dad's memory? I already explained that to you. I was just taking Trace for a test run. No, you're lying. You wanted Dad to believe that he had killed Mom. Why do you think that? It's all becoming clear. How convenient for you if convenient for me? What do you mean by that? It would be very convenient for you if Dad was the killer. What are you saying? Are you saying that I am the one who killed your mother? Yes, I am suggesting that. You're a bad girl, Ashley, to accuse someone of such a heinous crime without proof. Richard, did you fill her mind with all this poison? Cut it out, Bill. Don't talk to her like that. Ah, who knew you were capable of such parental words. I suppose it's like riding a bike. You never forget how to act the part of the father, even if you haven't for over a decade. Shut up. What do you mean you need me for the second trace protocol? That's right, Ashley. Your father was hired to complete his research and create Trace. He received a third-party grant as well as my resources. However, he wanted to keep a part of Trace. He pulled this off by implanting the biometric information of his own daughter in the production model DTS. It wasn't his to keep. I came here after receiving word that Trace was complete. On the way, I checked his notes on the lab PC and discovered all of this. Bill. Ashley, your father is the horrible one. He pretended to be my friend, but then he stabbed me in the back. You can blame him for the death of our friendship. Ah, damn it. I tried moving down and it didn't, so... Okay, can I scroll down now? Thank you. Bill. Do you know who my mother's murderer is? Can you handle the truth? Yes, I can. The person who killed your mother has not been caught. The authorities had no evidence or witnesses, except for one. One person saw your mother's murder. Yes, there was one witness. Who was it? Bill, stop! The girl wants to know, Richard. Who was it? Who saw my mom get killed? You, dumbass! Ashley, that person is you. What? Don't listen to things he says. But Dad, the details of what happened to your mom, you don't have to think about that stuff anymore. But I want to know, why are you always like that? What do you mean by that? You ignore the truth and see only what you want to see. So you saw it all, Ashley. You saw the shooting. You saw your mother draw her last breath. Stop talking about that night. Why? Don't you want Ashley to know the truth? I don't want her to relive that terrible tragedy. Ah, of course. Always the considerate father, Richard. Don't be snide. That day 11 years ago, when Sayako lost her life, Ashley suffered amnesia from the shock of what she'd seen. All she would do when she saw my face was cry. I was at a loss. You came to me and told me of the research you were doing here. Dad, Bill, there was a reason I didn't tell you. I was working on developing a second trace protocol. I'm sure you've guessed it. What was it? Yes, please entertain us. I didn't tell you because I wanted to replay Ashley's memory of that night with the second trace protocol and find Sayako's killer. So you used the government and my money to fund this. And after I found the killer, I wanted to remove the negative memory of Ashley's with the first trace protocol and replace it with a different one. That's quite a plan. Dad, I get it. That's right, Ashley. I should remember. I did it for you. Stop it. Stop what? Just stop the self-sacrificing father act. It's getting old. What are you talking about? Like you didn't know what trace would be used for. So, Richard, let me see if I've got this right. Sorry. It was your sentimentality and memories of the past that made you lie to me for the past 11 years? It wasn't like that. Richard, you must be the biggest idiot alive. You knew how to develop Trace, but you didn't know how to use it. How to use Trace? Bill, what do you mean? You don't know what it can be used for? Well, let me tell you. You can use Trace to manipulate someone's memories, to create the reality that you want. It's basically what you wanted to do. No, I didn't create Trace to be used like that. Not at all. You should understand this more than anyone else, Bill. I developed Trace to help people. Oh, give it a rest, Richard. I'm tired of your holier-than-thou attitude. It's really dull. Trace is mine, and I will decide how to use it. No. Come on, I'm the one who had to foot the bill for all this research, and I am the one who should benefit from the results. But you said yourself that Trace is meant to help humankind. I thought that was why I was working here. Those are the pretty lofty words. Those are pretty lofty words. And here I thought it was just your inability to cope that caused you to make Ashley an orphan. I thought it was your weakness that made you hide from reality, not any grand goals for humanity. For 11 years you revealed in your solitude and research, never thinking of the cost. Who do you think paid? Me and Ashley. And you call yourself a man. What? But that's why I hired you. What do you mean? For your ability to ignore everything outside your work. Anyways, Trace is done. I'm through with you. I won't let this happen. Bill, you can't use Trace this way. I won't let you.